Quiet on set. And go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for another edition of First 40 Turns. If you saw the last episode with Jadwiga, it ended in disappointment. Very, very sad. The French will pay. They will pay. This time, there will be no defeat as we play with one of the stronger civs in the game. I would not put them top 5, but I would definitely put them in any top 10. They are fantastic. They can do anything. We will not be focusing on any specific victory type in this game, but rather focusing on just their OP-ness. OP-ness. They're very strong. They're great. And right out of the gate, we're going to have a discussion about choosing where to settle. This was, I think, the first or maybe second role that we have with these guys, and is a very enticing role. I'm very intrigued by it because there's a lot of options on where you can settle, and I want to discuss those. Every once in a while, we do a game where we talk about where to settle, where you could do it, and there's really a lot of options. There really actually is. The first thing you can do is settle in place. You do have a 2-2 there. And you could kind of set yourself up for a super city if you settle in place. It would be a long-term view because you've got on your third layer, you've got 2 fabulous tiles out here, but again, long-term view. You would have a couple of really great tiles in your second layer right here, as well as this. There's plenty of strong tiles to be had in the area. There's even a strong tile out here. And by settling in place, you would open up the option of a second city on that hill, which would be able to expand to whatever's beyond. So that is option number 1, is settling in place. Option number 2, if you weren't playing deity, you could come all the way around here and turn 3 settle and pick up those amazing tiles right out of the gate. 2-2 city center, 2-2 tiles and amazing tiles everywhere for days. Again, if you're playing like this map but on a much easier difficulty level, that would be an option. A turn 3 settle, I'm not a big fan of on deity. Turn 2 settle, I don't mind nearly as much. Turn 3 settle, no. You could turn 2 settle on the sheep and get a little closer to those and bring in a couple more good tiles. But hey, vive la France, whatever, man. Jerks win the World Cup. They think they own the place. Just kidding. How you doing, Gladius? Gladiolus? Gladiolus. So other options. These are all options. Turn 2 settle right here brings in this fabulous tile, as well as whatever's around the area. It also brings us to another good tile there. There's plenty of good tiles still in range. There's the pasture here, 2-2 tile up there, and God knows what else. So that's an option on turn 2 settle. There's also a turn 2 settle there potentially, which will grab you a 2-2 tile and immediately grab the culture tile if you wanted to work that tile right out of the gate in order to push your culture tree. That would be an option. So there's all kinds of things you can do, and I've hemmed and hawed and thought about it. I'm not a big fan of leaving these 2 tiles a long ways away from the city center, and I'm not a big fan of moving to this position because it takes you away from all the good tiles that you know of at the moment. My inclination is either in place and keep this alive, or move to here and turn 2 settle on that river and leave this position for your second city. That's the one I'm most inclined to do because this looks like a potentially amazing city, and it's great to have a second city that's amazing, and then you work that as your second tile. Before we make our final decision, one thought is jump on that hill, learn information about this. I don't think there's anything out here that I really care to learn. All the decisions could be made in here. So I feel like you want to step in this direction and learn as much as you can out here. Didn't learn a lot. But I am thinking I'm going to go here and turn 2 settle to leave open a fabulous second city. What's going on, Gaelic Warrior? Move to the bananas. You want me to settle over here? No, you're crazy. Yeah, I'm going to turn 2 settle over there. I'm going to turn 2 settle right here. I really like this position. Particularly because it sets up the beautiful second city here. I love that second city. Anyway, yes. Thank you for joining me, folks, for First 40 Turns. It's the Cyrus edition. Let's go next turn. So, we're going to settle in place. And there we go. Just like a that. I want to know what's going on up this river. And then I can circle around like that. Oh, mountains. Gonna be a really nice campus in there. Really like this position we're in here right now. Without the 2-2 city center, it's an 8-turn warrior. Yeah, the odds of this tile, the odds of a lake being 4 long is almost nil. You can tell it's moving in this direction. That's a 3-tile hex. Anyway, thank you for your thoughts. I already explained the reasons why I didn't do that at the beginning of the video. Okay, so thoughts. I kind of like the idea of going warrior, particularly as Cyrus, because it upgrades into our special unit. The more you can get of those, the better. I could force end turn after a scout. But I do like the warrior. I don't mind waiting an extra turn. That city's going to be so powerful. I don't mind working the extra turn. Waiting the extra turn on the city. Just because the warrior is so strong, being able to upgrade into our special unit. So I think in this specific case, for sure, I like warrior. Even though it's an 8-turner. Kind of sucks, but... Scout's a perfectly good option. A lot of people like their scouts, but I like the warrior in this case in particular. Now, as we always say, check out your options. If you were to get an early builder from a goodie hut, which technology would you want first? In this case, it's going to be animal husbandry because there's nothing really to help you with mining. But there's a 3-2 tile there to be had with animal husbandry. Corey sitting out there is a bit of a ways away. That's winding up there nicely. Yes, animal husbandry indeed, yeah. And we're working on that gold. All that extra gold early is so strong. I really like the idea of having that. Another good reason why I like the idea of the turn 2 settle down here is because you work the gold early there. City 2 is going to have a ton of gold as well, and accelerating your gold income is so much fun. So much fun. Yeah, so I really like that as a turn 2 set, or as a second settle. Across the river. Oh wow. the luck we're having today, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tiles away from another city's, probably their capital on turn 3. Wow, the rough times. Hopefully, like, probably a city here we could probably still get away with one turn. Yeah, so there's a river spot here. Hopefully that's a nice tile we can put a city on. Yeah, that's rough though. That is rough. Settling in place would have given us this city, which would have been nice as well. But the settle in place, I just don't like the settle in place nearly as much. You leave all of your really nice gold tiles way far out. Yeah, I just don't like it. But you never know what's going to happen, right, as you go along. Oh, look at that tile. Ooh, there's your... In fact, you know what? That's probably... You could actually start talking about the idea of that being your second city in order to grab that land before they do. And I would consider keeping this warrior in the area in case these guys get a funny idea of moving their settler over here. You can try and run some interference. But yeah, working this as your second city in order to solidify the position and then waiting for your third here and getting 2 quick settlers would not be a bad idea. There's the meat, and there's the settler. I'm pretty sure I saw. Yep. Oh, man. So, hopefully we can get him turned around, but God, that is so frustrating. Hopefully we get him to turn around or move up the river somewhere and get away from us. Hopefully he goes back, though. He's going to settle right there next turn. He's going to settle right there next turn. Wow, he didn't even move. He wants to go here. That's what he wants to do. He decided to go there. I knew he was going to do it. And there's his next settler. Well, good news is that we're Cyrus and pushing to our special unit, the Immortals. Turn 10, we've already met 2 civilizations. One of them's got a city 3 tiles away from our capital. Or 4 tiles away from our capital. Unbelievable. So, at this point, I mean, you could potentially have a ton of room down here. You don't even know. But, there's no doubt in my mind... shit, I didn't mean to do that. Shoot. I'm flustered now. Because this is like the 4th game in a row that it's just been absolutely brutal. Or 4th video in a row, I should say.
I am fond of pigs.
Wow. Producing settlers for me, yeah. Oh, I forgot the... Oh, he took it anyway. Oh, there we go. I thought I was screwed because I forgot to do it. I'm so flustered right now. This is like the third, fourth time in a row we've had a first 40 turns that just gone completely freaking awry. But he took it anyway, even though it was the first turn. Wow. There's desert down there. Another river gives us potential over here. Well, what I forgot to do was Gilgamesh of Sumerians. They take they accept a friendship request on the first turn every single time, or even early on. Like apparently their second turn they accepted it, and it's always nice to make friends with him because he's got really strong unit early on to go the war cart. And now that he's a friend, it makes it harder for him to worry about me because it impacts his decisions to whether or not to fight me, and then I can go ahead and crush him. Petra, Yui, yeah, there you go.
Wisdom, but authority that makes a law. It is not wisdom.
Cross that river and head south. Kree versus Persia, Battle of the OP Civs. I wouldn't say Kree's OP. I'd say Kree's good. I would say Persia's really, really strong. I wouldn't say either of them are OP. Okay, so two options. You could settle either of those positions. Obviously, this is a settle here. This obviously has to go. This is our second settle. There's not a lot of great tiles around, but you can either settle the Jade itself, or because it's not a lot of great tiles, you can mine that, and hopefully grab one of the other tiles in the area instead. Last time I didn't send a delegation. Well, yeah, I don't always send a delegation because you need money, right? It depends. Sending a delegation is nice if you like 100% want to make sure you go peace, particularly in a culture game. If you want to make super duper go peace and you're not worried about money in that, I could have easily sent a delegation to the Kree as well. If you send a delegation on the first turn, it's always accepted. So, yeah. And with that being said, there's absolutely no reason to believe. Oh, there's a nice tile too. 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe a settle here or there. Either one of those. Maybe the marsh allows for more district adjacencies. But yeah, there's no reason to believe that sending them a delegation would have made any difference. Now, in this case here, we're about to work to that. I actually want to go ahead and spend some of this money because I want another 2-2 tile to work. I want this city working another 2-2 tile. I don't want to work that 3 food now that we're at pop 3. Yerevan, not a first meet. Okay, so somebody's probably either there or there. This looks like coast, so they must be up there. So this, it's probably a pretty good assumption that this is kind of our land down here, just because of the way it's shaped. There might be somebody over here, but who knows?
Who deserves more credit than?
Like that. This land was... Yeah, some ugly land around there. Goody hut. There's a recon unit. Send him over there. My top tier civs. Oh, there's a barb hut. Head over there. Russia, Germany, and Australia, I would say, are my top tier civs. 1, 2, 3. I'd probably settle there and just scoop up all that land. Not a lot of great tiles, so I do want the mine on the jade. I would say those are my top 3. I would say the next 3 would be... Yeah. So Russia, Germany, Australia. My next 3 would be... I would put Rome in there, probably. Probably put Cyrus in there. And... Macedon. He likes to troll me about Macedon. Macedon's incredibly powerful, but they've got 1 victory type, right? My brain's drawing a blank. I would put Pericles very high up on a list of strong civs because of their abilities. They have some really strong abilities for science and culture. Makes them, like, they're extremely strong for either of those. So I'm drawing a blank on the civs at this very second. It's just like, where the hell did that guy come from? But yeah. Oh, wow. No fresh water around, though. Pub Gamer, thank you very much for the follow, buddy. I really appreciate it. See, I kind of want to push to this and get our warriors. It's certainly where I want to go. That's certainly where you want to go, is push to that. Gotta go monument, though. We gotta get through the culture tree faster. As fast as we can. We want to be able to get some of those cultures going. A new continent. Look at this mountain range, and there's no fresh water around, dude. Beautiful land. You got to put a aqueduct up. So frustrating. It's very interesting. There must be, I wonder why that warrior got popped out of there without anybody there. I don't know. It's weird. Gorgeous tiles. Grab that monument. 2-2 city center. All that gold. Absolutely love it. Um, 5 turns on the monument versus 6. And we work the culture instead. I like that. Stalemate. 33. So yeah, we kind of got a cut off here. So I mean, when you think about it, like you could really go strong. You got another city out here. Maybe an aqueduct city up there if you wanted to, but you could consider getting your immortals, clearing him out, and just taking all this land to yourself, and then every victory is yours. What in the world? I swear this game is so broken sometimes. It's unbelievable. Like, seriously. I settled away from his cities. And not even within 7, 8 tiles of him. And they called that a forward settle on him. I settled on the other side of my city from where he is. Like, they gotta change that code up somehow. They gotta figure out a way to be able to write that better. Couple of ties. I'm gonna heal up for a turn or two there. There is a path over here. They are not happy with us. There's the denunciation to prove it.
That's the positive aspect of trade.
No reason to change anything at the moment. Clear that. Oh, it's marsh. Forget it. Head down that way. You heal for a second. Get those barbarian kills. We're gonna want, after the monuments, we're gonna have to switch. There's the promotion. We're gonna have to switch over to defense. Wow. Opening up over there. Promotion. He's gonna step in my direction. Step there, take the defense bonus. Takes us to the end. Complete. Another era score of +3, plus the bronze working boost. That cart was about to steal it on us too. Germany's not that OP in RNF. No, they were nerfed a little bit. They're not quite as powerful, but I would definitely put them probably in 3rd place. I would put them in 3rd place, still as strong as Civs. Their unique units kind of useless, but beyond that, everything that they do is really powerful. They were, before RNF, they were, like, far and away #1. But their ability to build one extra district in every city, apart from, like, population allowance, is off the charts. Change my mind on that. And then, of course, amazing production. If you get your city set up properly, I had my game of the week that we did earlier this week. We finished yesterday with Germany. We were doing 225 production in my spaceport city. We had a plus 20 Hansa. Ruhr Valley. It was just like, it was insane. That city was off the charts. And yeah, so between the Hansas and the ability to do extra, it's still incredibly powerful because production is so strong in the game, and being able to lock in the cost of districts earlier by not being restricted, it's pretty amazing. He's about to flex on me. I beat you. Recon unit. Jesus. Recon's units for days. Yeah, here comes the war. Hey, Excessive, how you doing, buddy? Gucci in the house. Here it comes. Time is it? 6:15. That might be the end of the stream right there. Holy cow. I'm about to get killed by that dude. Yeah, it is rough, dude. There's no lying there. Ain't lying there. Yeah, I'm about to be dead, so it doesn't really matter.
Without craftsmanship,
Spartan would have died fighting. He did die fighting. We did die getting his butt whooped. Yeah, and yeah, well, you know, I've got over 1,000 hours playing on DD. I'm quite aware of their strategies. Yeah, there's nothing you can do early game if you're the closest one to them, and they got nothing else to do. Particularly when you have the city-state walls on, so it's harder for them. They don't consider attacking city-state walls something that they want to do, then they will absolutely crush your dreams. Oh, that wasn't a kill? Come on, man. Yeah, it's true. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do. They'll come right at you, and you've just got to be ready. You got to make sure you can get your slingers out, got a couple warriors in the area, and get your positions. And yeah, absolutely, it should be tough. It should be very difficult. If it's not difficult, then what's the point, right? 3 turns on archery. Shoot, slinger. I might delay archery by 1 turn just to get 1 more slinger out. I'm gonna go do bronze working real quick so I can get both those archers out beforehand. Yeah, the DDAI is, they have so much strength that you can't early on. Doesn't matter how fast you build your units, it's gonna be rough sledding for a minute. Yeah, you go there and heal. Oh, that guy had a promotion. Okay. Oh, I wanted him to go around the bottom. Whatever. So there's survival. Anyway. Oh, wow. We're already at turn 41? 42? How did that happen that fast? Oh, my God. I don't even know what just happened right there. Folks, that is insane. Let's see. Where are we going to move units now? This guy needs to move out and heal back there. This guy needs to get into shelter. I'm gonna go take the combat bonus over here. You're gonna skip a turn. No more moves! That's already 42! You lied! Yeah, those moves don't count. Pretend you didn't see those. I was just kind of like, once I realized the war was coming, I just kind of got into a quick mode there. We've got a couple beautiful cities. Gold is just raining down upon us. What the next few turns look like for this game is we continue to defend this attack. We push on to our immortals, and once we have our immortals, we absolutely blow these cities out of the water. And we actually ended up with a pretty nice map. I mean, there's no fresh water around, so it's, it's kind of, a lot of coastal cities and stuff. But there's a lot of land. Like, you could do a beautiful culture game in here with all kinds of beautiful space to put down national parks and seaside resorts. Lots of room to get plenty of cities in. You're really kind of covered out here for a city there. Maybe an aqueduct city here. Their cities, whatever there's in there. Stockholm up there. That's good to see for a culture game. But yeah, you survive that opening attack, and you've got your positioning. Again, like I said, the immortals are going to be the difference in the game for that early game fight. We'll just retaliate once we've killed their units. We switch from bronze working, finish off archery in 1 turn. Those 2 are done, and then we have archery. That gives us a total of 4 slingers. We have more than enough money to turn those into archers, and at that point, those warriors get pelted like crazy. We continue to move in. We kind of hold a flank on their cities and kill any units that come at us. Push onto the immortals. Probably get 4 or 5 more warriors, so that we can upgrade them into immortals. Money won't be a problem, like I said. Take out their cities. We get... Oops, sorry, I did not mean to do that. We get the government plaza and get our settlers with 100% production towards settlers. Extra builder charges. Probably room for 10 or 12 cities here, at least, once you take their land. Again, freshwater is a bit of a nuisance. How do they not have a river somewhere down in here? This is insane. Bit of bad luck. And you got Gilgabro as a neighbor over here, which is great, so you don't have to worry about him. So once this is taken care of, you're Gucci. Speaking of Gucci, Park Ranger, we're Gucci right there. There aren't something... Yeah, even aqueducts. Yeah, like it's just insane. Like there's not even like some mountains that you could put aqueducts in. Like just a whole bunch of great land in here, and you're just gonna have like no housing. Like coastal cities as best you can. A nice. You probably want to put an aqueduct city on each end of the mountain range, and then coastal cities here, and then maybe one city in the middle that's just gonna suffer. I don't know. Actually, you could probably get coastal cities to meet. They'd be max size cities, one on each end. Coastal down here, 2 coastals here, coastal there, 2 aqueduct cities there. Just a big void in the middle, I guess. You might want to reconsider this. No, you can't because you want to get that tile. You might consider settling a city further down this way and then a city here to grab these tiles. That might be a thing. City there and a city down here. That would be a crap city, though. Aqueduct city down here. Yeah, all coastal indeed. It'd be a long ways into the game before you had like well, sewers and neighborhoods and stuff like that to get the housing required. Which I mean, that's fine. It's just, you know, it's you would want to settle like you'd settle the river cities first, and you know, some coastal cities, aqueduct cities, and then this would be kind of your last few. You know, if you had a city or two in here, it'd be like the last one or two that you founded. Once you had the, you know, be further into the game for technology wise, to get your housing. Yeah, buddy. There you go. That's another edition of First 40 Turns. Turned out to be 42 this turn. Time just went flying by. Once again, we got just insane that it started that way. That they were that close again. But that's fine. It's they got really nice land up there, so we'll go take it. Immortals are fabulous, and Persia is very, very strong. They can crush with this much land. They can absolutely crush. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this episode. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like the video if you did. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. And you can comment if you've got anything to say. We'll see you next time, folks. Bye-bye.